Hello creative mind, it's another DIY session with me, and in today's video we are going to be sewing this tent dress you are seeing on your screen. So I'll be using 4 yards of Ankara fabric for mine. So guys, let's go right into it. So I need you to go ahead, measure your gown length and your bust measurement, your sleeve length. That's just it. So we are going to go ahead now, use our bust measurement. All right, so your bust measurement, go ahead, divide it by 2, then plus 4 inches. So that's what I've done already here. So this is me measuring the zip allowance because the dress is going to have a short zip at the back, which is what I've done. That's the 1 inch. All right, so you go ahead, further place it on fold again. This enables you to cut the front and the back together. All right, so now once that is done, you want to go ahead, create a top line. All right, so that we have a point where a fabric does not come out shorter than the other. Okay, so now let's start working with the measurement. The first one is the back measurement, 15 divided by 2. We have 7.5 plus half, that's 8. So you go ahead, measure your bust line. Mine is 8.5, so which is what I'm doing there. All right, so I'm just going to go ahead, measure the same 8.5 forward. Okay, so once that is done now, the next thing I'll do is to create a straight line. So I added half inch to serve as seam allowance. So I created the 8.5 line and also the 9 inches line. You are going to have a better view of it sooner now. Once that is done, you go ahead on your bust line, the actual bust line, that's the 8.5 before adding half. Go ahead and measure 8 inches there. And once that is done, connect it on the straight line. Can you see my two lines connecting there? All right, you see there is a distance, especially at that bust area of half inch. So go ahead, measure your bust circumference by 4 and add 1.5 to it. Now once that is done, we go ahead, shape the shoulder, come down by 1 inch, get your neck point. And once that is done, you want to go ahead, shape your armhole, come in at the midpoint by half inch. Then at the point where the two lines connect, you can come in by half to 1 inch depending on your measurement. All right, so we go ahead and shape everything together. Okay, so I want you to pay close attention at that two lines where I want to start cutting. Okay, so the other line indicates the half inch seam allowance that I added. So your yoke can be longer. Okay, it depends on what you want. All right, so just make sure that you do not forget to add your half inch seam allowance. Then when cutting, make sure you only cut the armhole shaping that we did for the back, not the one for the front. All right, so once that is done, the next thing we are going to do now will be to go ahead and shape the neckline. I'll be working with a neckline of neck width will be 3.5, then my neck depth for the back will be 1.5. So once that is done, I'm going to go ahead now and connect it. All right, so now once that is done, we go ahead and connect it, still maintaining the same neck width. I'll go ahead and measure the neck depth for the back. Now the neck depth for the front, rather, the neck depth for the front is going to be 4.5. All right, so once that is done, I'll go ahead, cut that of the back alone. Please cut the back neck alone, not the front. Then once it is separated, you go ahead, cut the front neckline. Don't forget to now cut the armhole shaping for the front as well. All right, so you can see we have our back and our front yoke ready. So the next thing will be for us to go ahead now and cut the skirt part, which is going to be the gathers. Yours can be free. You are free to do whatever you want. All right, so to cut this, you need to consider 1, the length, and 2, the width. Now the length is simply your gown length minus your yoke length. So don't forget to add your bending allowance. So for me, my gown length is 40, my yoke length 8.5, that is 32.5, right? Then I added 2 as my bending allowance. Do you get it now? So that means my length is going to be 34.5. Now let's calculate the width. Now for the width, remember, my bust circumference is 44. All right, so you don't want it to be too full, especially if you are plus size. Please don't make it too full. If you are on a petite level, you can do more. Your body can carry that easily. But if you are plus size, if it's too much, it make you look bigger. So for me, it's just going to be my bust circumference, which is 44, multiply by 2, which is 88. So that's what I will be cutting. So the width of my gather fabric is length 34.5 by width 88. So this is it now. once I'm done cutting. So I'm just going to go ahead, set this aside so that we can go ahead now and cut the facing. Now I will be cutting facing using the same fabric. So in fact, let me just see, I'll be cutting another piece of my yoke. All right, so you can decide to use bias, you can decide to just cut to make your facing stop halfway, but then since my yoke is not long, I decide to make it long, the same length. All right, so this is me cutting it out. I mean, cutting out the facing, which is what I'll be using to turn out the neckline so it looks neat inside out. All right, so at this point I'm done cutting that, so I'm going to go ahead, set it aside so I can cut the last thing, which is going to be the sleeve. So I believe you guys are very familiar with cutting sleeve. Just go ahead, place your fabric on fold. So you are cutting the two sleeves once and for all. Get your sleeve length all the way, connect it on a straight line. All right, cut it out. Now that's the underarm point. Come down by 4 inch, get the midpoint. Come in by 1.5, get the quarter point. Now then you just shape it out. I hope you get it. If you don't understand, I have a video on how to cut sleeve better, so you can go ahead and watch that. All right, so it's going to have a gathers at the hem of the sleeve. So now I'm just using the length of my Ankara, which is 45. Then I'm just going to cut two pieces of it. So I'm cutting out length 7. All right, the length is 7 with the width of Ankara, which is 45. So once we are done, the next thing will be for us to go ahead and start sewing. So the first thing will be, go ahead, use the facing to turn the neckline of the front and seal the zip to the back yoke. So let's go ahead and get that done. Now once that is done, you can see that's it. I see it and I notched it. It's strictly for beginners. I did not use interfacing because I'm working with Ankara, which this is a cotton fabric. I've also sealed the zip. You will see that I make sure that I come up a little bit. All right, so now you open it up, bring the back facing, place it on each other, close the, you want to go ahead and seal the neckline and the CB. So this is it here now. I've done it, you can see. So this is it. That's the wrong side. This is the right side. I've also gone ahead to join the shoulder. All right. So now the next thing we are going to be doing will be to go ahead and work with the sleeve. So now this is the sleeve, that's the first sleeve. So I want you to go ahead, notch the midpoint of that sleeve. All right, now once that is done, you notch it both up and down. You pick this too, you notch it, just notch one side. All right, so we open up the sleeve now. Then we are going to place our fabric right side facing right side so we can gather the extension of the sleeve on the sleeve itself. So this is why I do when doing sleeve like this. At the inseam area, I come in by at least 2. At times I do more, but just measure to mark the point. That means you've already marked your start point and the finish point of your gathering. All right, so you mark it for the second sleeve too, and you go ahead and seal. Don't forget, mark 2 inches is indicates where to stop gathering. Now once that is done, this is what we have. You can see this is it. I've gone ahead to bend the hem of that gathered fabric. So now the next thing will be for us to go ahead, sew it on the yoke. All right, so make sure your midpoint, your sleeve midpoint connect with your shoulder point. All right, so it must connect. Then you go ahead and sew it all the way. Do the same thing too for the second one. Now once that is done, this is where we are now, almost at the last point, right? So now the next thing will be for us to go ahead and seal the side. Go ahead and seal the side. That will be from the hem of your sleeve to your yoke. From the hem of your sleeve to your yoke. Do the same thing for both sides. So it makes your yoke to become one piece. So you do the same thing on both sides, all right? So can you see? That's the second side. So we do that. So once that is done, you can see this is what we have now. Can you see? That is what we have. All right. So now the next thing you want to go ahead now is notch it. Notch the center front most especially. Now once that is done, I'm just measuring here again. All right. So once that is done, I'm going to pick this now. Notch the center front as well. Once I've done that, I'll connect it together, leaving 1 inch, which I'm going to sew in as my zipper allowance. Then bring it together so I can identify my side seam area, both the left and the right side seam. So this, when I do this, it gives me a guideline on gathering, all right, on doing my little pleat. It always gives me a guideline, all right. So once you are done with that, go ahead and bend it, and at the end of the day, guys, this is what you should have. All right, so you can see that is the back. You will see I intentionally brought the metal up. Okay, so that is so that it makes it easier for me to join. So see you guys.